Sun Yat-sen, known as the father of modern China, was born on November 12, 1866, in the village of Quiheng, Guangdong Province, China, during the late Qing dynasty. His birth name was Sun Wen, but he is widely known as Sun Yat-sen, a name he adopted later in life. Sun was born into a poor peasant family, and from a young age he witnessed the social injustices and foreign domination that plagued China. These early experiences profoundly shaped his political thinking. At the age of 13, Sun moved to Hawaii, where his older brother had established himself as a successful businessman. He attended schools in Hawaii, including Iolani School and Oahu College, now known as Punahou School. It was during this time in the West that he was exposed to Western ideas of democracy, nationalism, and revolution. Sun became a devout Christian, embracing Protestantism, which distinguished him from many other Chinese reformers of the time, who often drew more on Confucian or Buddhist traditions. Education and early political development. Sun Yat-sen returned to China in 1883, hoping to engage in traditional Chinese learning. However, he quickly became disillusioned with the Qing government's conservative and ineffective leadership. He moved to Hong Kong to pursue further education, studying at the Hong Kong College of Medicine for Chinese. He graduated in 1892 and briefly worked as a physician, but his attention increasingly turned to politics as he grew frustrated with the Qing dynasty's inability to address China's internal crises and the increasing encroachment of foreign powers. In the 1890s, Sun began organizing anti-Qing activities, and in 1894, he founded the Revive China Society, Xingzhongwai, in Honolulu, Hawaii, marking the beginning of his revolutionary career. Sun's early political ideology was driven by the idea of freeing China from the grip of the corrupt Qing government and from the foreign powers that had carved the nation into spheres of influence. The beginnings of revolution. In 1895, Sun and his followers attempted their first uprising in Guangzhou, but it was quickly suppressed by the Qing authorities. Sun fled to Japan and then to Europe and the United States, where he worked tirelessly to build support for his cause. During his exile, Sun Yat-sen developed a clearer vision for China's future and refined his political philosophy, which was heavily influenced by Western ideas of republicanism and democracy. While in Europe, Sun was introduced to influential Chinese expatriates and potential supporters, and his reputation as a revolutionary leader began to grow. In 1905, he founded the Tongmenghui United League in Tokyo, which became a crucial organization for the anti-Qing movement. The Tongmenghui combined various revolutionary groups under one banner and played a pivotal role in coordinating uprisings against the Qing. The Three Principles of the People. Sun Yat-sen's political ideology is best encapsulated in his Three Principles of the People, Senmin Doctrine. Nationalism, Minzu. Sun sought to unite China and rid the nation of foreign imperialist influence, which had carved the country into various spheres of influence through unequal treaties and colonial domination. This principle was aimed at restoring China's sovereignty and dignity. Democracy, Minquan. Sun envisioned a China that would adopt Western-style representative government. He believed that China should transition from autocratic rule to a constitutional republic where the people had the power to elect their leaders. People's livelihood, Minsheng, often interpreted as a form of early socialism. Sun's third principle emphasized social welfare and economic development. He advocated for land reforms to benefit peasants and promote the equitable distribution of wealth, hoping to prevent the rise of a powerful landowning elite. These principles guided Sun's revolutionary efforts and became the ideological foundation for the Kuomintang KMT, the nationalist party he would later form. The 1911 Revolution and the fall of the Qing dynasty. In 1911, Sun's years of effort bore fruit. The Wuchang Uprising on October 10, 1911, set off a chain of events that led to the fall of the Qing dynasty. The revolution was triggered by dissatisfaction with the Qing government's handling of foreign invasions, economic crises, and internal corruption. Sun, who was in the United States at the time, returned to China in December of that year. On January 1, 1912, Sun Yat-sen was elected as the provisional president of the newly established Republic of China by a coalition of revolutionary groups. Although Sun held the position for only a short time, his presidency marked the end of more than 2,000 years of imperial rule in China. He resigned in favor of Yuan Shikai, a powerful general who had the military backing necessary to secure the country's transition. Sun believed that Yuan could unify the country, but his trust proved misplaced. Struggles for power and the warlord era. Sun Yat-sen's optimism for a new democratic China was soon dashed. Yuan Shikai quickly abandoned republican ideals and declared himself emperor in 1915, leading to widespread opposition and chaos. Yuan's ambitions to establish a new imperial dynasty threw the country into disarray, and after his death in 1916, China fell into a period of fragmentation known as the warlord era. During this time, Sun Yat-sen and his allies in the Kuomintang (KMT) were marginalized by regional warlords who controlled vast territories of China. Despite this, Sun continued to promote his vision for a unified China, and he established a revolutionary government in Guangzhou in 1921. However, his authority was largely symbolic, and real power remained in the hands of warlords. The formation of the Kuomintang and alliance with the Soviet Union. Sun Yat-sen recognized that he needed military power and foreign assistance to reunify China. In 1923, he reached out to the Soviet Union, which was eager to support anti-imperialist movements in Asia. With Soviet assistance, Sun reorganized the Kuomintang along the lines of a Leninist political party, adopting a more centralized and disciplined structure. The Soviets also provided military training and arms, helping Sun establish the Whampoa Military Academy in Guangzhou, which produced key military leaders, including Chiang Kai-shek, who would later succeed Sun as leader of the KMT. Death and legacy. Sun Yat-sen's health began to decline in the mid-1920s, and despite his tireless efforts to unify China, he did not live to see his dreams realized. On March 12, 1925, Sun Yat-sen died of liver cancer in Beijing at the age of 58. His death was a significant loss for the Chinese revolutionary movement. Though Sun Yat-sen did not live to witness the reunification of China, his legacy as the father of modern China remains profound. His 3 principles of the people laid the ideological foundation for both the Nationalist Party, Kuomintang, and, indirectly, the Communist Party of China, CPC. Both sides of the Chinese Civil War claimed Sun's legacy, with the Republic of China, Taiwan, honoring him as the founder of their state, and the People's Republic of China regarding him as an early forerunner of Chinese revolutionaries. Sun's mausoleum in Nanjing, known as the Sun Yat-sen Mausoleum, is a national monument, symbolizing the enduring reverence with which he is regarded in Chinese history. Conclusion. Sun Yat-sen's role in Chinese history is unparalleled. He was a visionary leader who dedicated his life to the cause of Chinese nationalism, democracy, and modernization. His revolutionary activities, despite numerous failures and setbacks, ultimately paved the way for the end of imperial rule and the birth of a modern Chinese state. While his vision for China was never fully realized in his lifetime, Sun Yat-sen remains a symbol of the struggle for a better and stronger China, revered as the father of the nation in Taiwan, and a key figure in the broader narrative of modern Chinese history. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel